Folks, this was a huge reminder of how strong these animals are. Look who showed back up on trail camera. Folks, this is the big buck I shot in September that we never could find. Folks, we thought he was dead because he wouldn't show up for a while, but he finally showed back up. Now, I'm very excited to hopefully get a second chance at him. So I'm back at it on Tuesday, November 2nd, and the pre-rut is in full swing. Those bucks are cruising and looking for those first few does. And if you want to see a little bit of pre-rut action, just look at the top of the screen. I heard some running up ahead of me, and sure enough, two deer come running towards the corn. And this first one at the corn is a big old doe. But at this point, I really don't know what the other deer was. Folks, if you'll just watch right here, you will see some movement in the thicket, and this is the second deer that was running with the doe. Sure enough, it was a buck. That was the deer that was running alongside with that big old doe, and I bet you that he was just chasing her, and not sure why he kind of stayed back a little bit, but the doe ate the corn for just a few minutes, and they continued on. And I'm assuming he finds another doe up ahead of me, and look at this. He stuck his nose to the ground and started going after of whatever he saw. Now that was cool. Now, listen very, very closely. You will hear this buck grunt at the doe. Now that was cool. Now on Friday, November 12th, I'm hunting in a valley. And I look to my left, and on top of the hill, on the ridge, I see three deer making their way towards me. This is the big old doe right here, and I'm fixing to zoom in just to make sure it's not a buttonhead. When I realized that it was a big old doe, I was ready to take her. Oh shoot, she's looking at me. At this moment, as you can see, the big doe is behind some limbs from the camera, and I think I had an okay shot. on the big doe, but the phone was right behind her, and I didn't want to shoot her and the phone, so I had to wait for one of those phones to get clear. And that's funny. Now all three deer are literally side by side. Now I got a good shot at the big doe because the two phones have moved ahead of her. But the problem is, I really can't move because she saw me. And that was it. Bummer. So on Saturday, November 19th, at around 8:30 in the morning, a big doe is to my right, and sure enough, not far from her, stands a big buck. Folks, as this buck got closer, I finally realized which buck it was, and I could not believe it. Folks, this is the big buck I shot in September with my bow that we never recovered. Folks, I couldn't believe it, but it looks like I was going to have a second chance at this rascal.
Holy cow, it's a monster. Holy crap. Here he comes.
Alright, so before things get exciting, the doe, like I said, was to my right, and she starts coming towards me, walks underneath me, and heads to the corn.
Here he comes.
So the doe is walking away from the corn, and sure enough, that big buck is coming to the corn as well. I cannot believe it, but it looks like I'm going to have a second chance.
Again. Oh gosh. Come on, go down. Go down. Go down, dude. Go down.
So now at this point, I'm just watching him, waiting for him to go down. And of course, he ain't going down. I'm like, did I even hit him?
Oh, I think I hit him. Did I hit?
The buck is showing no signs of being hit by the bullet. He just wags his tail, stomps, and is on alert, and just continues on. He didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I looked, there was no blood, no sign of just nothing. And we looked around, and there was no dead deer laying around. So, I think it was a swing and a miss. You've got to be kidding me. Again.